Daily English Lab, the podcast where real conversations help you speak real English. Hey, English learners. Welcome back to Daily English Lab. I'm Lily.
And I'm Henry. And today we're talking about mornings. Specifically, what you do before the rest of the world needs something from you.
That window of time before the notifications start, before the messages arrive, before the day takes over.
Some people protect that window very carefully. Others, like past me, spent it hitting snooze 4 times and then panicking.
I think most of us have lived both versions.
Very true. So today we're talking about morning routines. Not the perfect influencer version with cold plunges and green smoothies.
No judgment to cold plunges.
No judgment, but also no cold water before coffee for me personally.
We're talking about real morning routines, the kind that actually builds self-discipline over time. And we'll give you the English vocabulary to talk about your own routine naturally.
Useful, honest, and no alarm clocks were harmed in the making of this episode.
Henry, walk me through your morning. What actually happens from the moment your alarm goes off?
Okay. Honestly, it took me a long time to have a routine worth describing.
What did it look like before?
Chaos with coffee. I'd wake up already anxious, check my phone immediately, see 17 things that needed my attention, and then feel behind before the day had even started.
Starting on the back foot.
Completely. And that feeling followed me all day, like I was always catching up, never ahead.
So, what changed?
I started doing one small thing before touching my phone. Just one. I'd make my bed.
That's it?
That's it, to start. And I know it sounds too simple to matter, but something about completing one small task before the chaos begins, it sets a tone.
You start with a win.
Exactly. Even a tiny win. And from there, I added one more thing. Then another. Now my morning looks like this. Alarm at 6, no snooze, make the bed, drink a full glass of water before coffee. Sit quietly for 10 minutes without screens, then journal for 5 minutes, then coffee.
That's a real routine, and it has a clear order.
The order matters more than the activities themselves, I think. When my morning has a sequence, I don't have to make decisions. I just follow the path.
Decision fatigue is real, especially early in the morning.
Very real. Every small decision you make costs mental energy. A routine removes those decisions. You just do the next thing.
What about you, Lily? Are you a disciplined morning person naturally, or did you have to build it?
Definitely built it. I am not naturally a morning person. Left to my own nature, I would wake up at 9:30 and feel guilty about it.
Guilty morning energy is exhausting.
It really is. So I started small too. My first anchor habit was movement. Just 10 minutes of stretching or walking after I woke up.
Before coffee?
Before coffee. And that was the hardest part at first. My brain wanted coffee before anything human.
Very relatable, brain.
But I kept at it. And after about 2 weeks, my body started expecting it. I'd wake up and there was this small pull toward movement before I'd even thought about it.
The habit had become automatic.
Exactly. And that's when I knew it was real. Not when I forced myself to do it, but when I noticed I wanted to.
That shift from forcing to wanting is the whole point of building a routine.
Completely. After the movement, I spend about 5 minutes thinking about what I want to feel by the end of the day. Not a to-do list, just a feeling. Calm, productive, present, whatever it is that day.
Intention setting.
Yes, and it only takes a minute, but it changes how I approach the whole day. I'm not just reacting, I'm directing. Henry, why do you think mornings are so important for self-discipline specifically? Why not evenings or afternoons?
I think it's because willpower is a limited resource. Most people have more of it in the morning, before the day has taken pieces of it.
The tank is fullest in the morning.
Exactly. By evening, you've made hundreds of small decisions, dealt with whatever the day threw at you, and your self-discipline is running low. That's why good intentions at night often fail.
I'll go to the gym after work rarely survives contact with actual post-work tiredness.
Every time. Whereas doing it in the morning, before the day depletes you, is actually manageable.
There's also something psychological about mornings. The day feels full of possibility before anything has gone wrong yet.
Right. Morning is the only time that belongs entirely to you. Nobody has made a demand on it yet.
And if you use that time intentionally, even for 20 minutes, you enter the rest of the day feeling like you've already done something for yourself.
That feeling changes everything. You're not behind. You're already ahead.
Dear learner, maybe your morning right now is a little chaotic. Maybe you wake up, immediately check your phone, and feel overwhelmed before you've had a single sip of water.
That's more common than perfect morning routines, honestly.
But the good news is, you don't need a perfect routine. You need one anchor habit. One thing you do every morning that belongs only to you.
From that one thing, a routine grows naturally.
And today, we'll give you the English to talk about it. Your habits, your routine, your self-discipline journey in natural, confident English.
Let's get practical. How do we talk about daily routines in English naturally?
The most basic structure is present simple. I wake up, I make, I drink. This is fine and correct.
But it can sound a bit flat if that's all you use.
Exactly. So we add small phrases that make it sound more natural. First thing in the morning, I is a great opener. First thing in the morning, I drink a glass of water.
That phrase signals priority. This is the first thing, before anything else.
Then, right after that, to show sequence. Right after that, I make my bed. It connects one habit to the next smoothly.
What about describing how long something takes?
I spend about works perfectly. I spend about 10 minutes journaling. It sounds natural and specific without being rigid.
And what if the routine isn't perfect every day?
Then I try to is your friend. I try to wake up by 6, but some days it's closer to 7. Honest and human.
That sounds real. Nobody's routine is perfect every single day.
And for describing habits that have become automatic, you can say, I've gotten into the habit of. I've gotten into the habit of stretching before coffee. It shows the habit took time to build, which is relatable.
What about the self-discipline side? How do we talk about that in English?
Stick to is essential here. It means to continue doing something consistently. I try to stick to my routine even on weekends.
Sticking to a routine on weekends is where most routines break down, honestly.
For most people, yes, and that's okay to admit. I struggle to stick to it on weekends is a very human, very honest sentence.
What about when someone falls off track and comes back?
Get back on track is perfect. I missed a few days, but I got back on track. It normalizes imperfection while showing commitment.
That phrase is so useful because it removes the guilt.
Exactly. You didn't fail. You just went off track temporarily. And getting back on track is the whole skill.
What about describing the effect of a routine on your day?
It sets the tone for is beautiful here. My morning routine sets the tone for the rest of my day. It means the morning shapes how everything after it feels.
That's exactly what a good routine does.
And one more. I'm more likely to shows how habits lead to better outcomes. When I exercise in the morning, I'm more likely to eat well later in the day.
Habits connected to other habits. That's the real secret.
Let's talk practically about how to actually build a morning routine, not just talk about one.
Because talking about habits and building them are two different skills.
Very different. The most important thing I learned is to start with one habit, not 10.
People often make the mistake of designing the perfect morning on paper. 6 a.m. wake up, meditation, journaling, exercise, healthy breakfast, cold shower.
And then doing it once, feeling exhausted, and going back to chaos.
Exactly. The ambition is right, but the approach is wrong.
So you pick one anchor habit, something small, something manageable, something you can do even on your worst morning.
Mine was making the bed.
Mine was 10 minutes of movement. They're different, but they both work because they're sustainable.
And then you attach a new habit to the one you already have. You drink water right after you make the bed. You journal right after the water.
That technique is called habit stacking. You link a new behavior to an existing one.
And slowly, what felt like effort becomes just what you do.
The goal isn't a perfect morning. The goal is a morning that belongs to you, where you decide what happens first.
And that feeling of ownership over your morning, that's where self-discipline quietly grows.
Not from forcing yourself, from choosing yourself, one small morning at a time. Let's take today's most useful words and phrases into the word tour.
Our first phrase is stick to. Stick to. Stick to. It means to continue doing something consistently, without giving up. You could say, I try to stick to my morning routine every day. Or, it's hard to stick to healthy habits at first.
Our next phrase is get back on track. Get back on track. Get back on track. It means to return to your routine or plan after a break or disruption. You could say, I missed 3 days, but I got back on track. Or, getting back on track is more important than being perfect.
Our next phrase is set the tone. Set the tone. Set the tone. It means to establish the mood or feeling for everything that follows. You could say, my morning routine sets the tone for my whole day. Or, starting with exercise sets the tone for a productive day.
Our next phrase is anchor habit. Anchor habit. Anchor habit. An anchor habit is one core habit that keeps your routine stable and connected. You could say, making my bed is my anchor habit every morning. Or find one anchor habit and build everything else around it.
Our last phrase is I've gotten into the habit of. I've gotten into the habit of. It means a behavior has become regular and almost automatic for you. You could say, I've gotten into the habit of journaling every morning. Or she's gotten into the habit of walking before breakfast.
5 phrases. Stick to, get back on track, set the tone, anchor habit, and I've gotten into the habit of. Everything you need to talk about your morning routine with confidence. Now it's time to use your English. Right here. This is Speak with Lily. When your line appears, say it out loud, slowly, clearly, with your real voice.
Let's talk about your morning. What's the first thing you do when you wake up?
Okay, is that a habit you chose, or just something that happens automatically?
Interesting. Now tell me, is there something you've always wanted to add to your morning but haven't yet?
That's a good one. What's stopping you from starting that habit tomorrow?
That's honest. Sometimes the smallest excuse is the realest one.
Now tell me, if your morning went perfectly, how would you feel by the time you started your day?
Hold on to that feeling. That's your reason.
One last sentence. Complete this. From tomorrow, I'm going to try to...
That sounded like a real commitment. Well done.
Thank you for speaking with me today.
So, dear learner, your morning doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need a cold shower or a 5-step skincare routine or a green smoothie.
It just needs one thing that belongs to you. One anchor habit. One small choice you make before the day makes choices for you.
Start there. Stick to it. Get back on track when you slip.
And let that one small habit set the tone for everything that follows.
Take care of your English.
And take care of your mornings.
This is Henry.
This is Lily.
And you've been listening to Daily English Lab.
Bye for now.